Did you guys hear that? Yeah, we got sound? Cool. Welcome back once again to another episode of A Tale of Dice. All of us have been gathered here today to continue the adventures of, well, the pack, I presume, because, well, that's pretty much the name that we've been given ourselves. However, before we jump into tonight's episode, as we need to keep the lights on in here, I do believe that we have another sponsor from Llama Enterprises, don't we, Maxime?
We in fact do. As it
yeah.
turns out, the square marbles were indeed just dice. So we have something else for you. Do you ever experience rolling a natural one? Do you often think, well, I want to roll my dice, but the sound is just too damn loud? That's why we have Llama's helium dice, for when your dice are too heavy. These dice are filled with a little bit of helium, so that they levitate just above the table and ever so often to the ceiling. It guarantees that you won't roll a natural one. It also guarantees that you probably won't roll anything else. So that's a thing. You can find more about that on our website at taleofdice.com. If you can't seem to find it, just click further. It will be there somewhere. Aside from that, we also have social media. We have a Facebook, we have an Instagram, and we have a Twitter account on which we are pretty active. We have a Patreon on which you can support us financially, and we have a Discord on which you can chat with us, join in, say hello. We like it when you say hello. And for the rest, I think that's it. We're pretty fine. We're pretty well. We're pretty dandy.
Yes, everything's all right.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
Well, we got sound. I mean, like, that's a thing now,
True.
I guess.
That's a thing. Yeah. We keep on messing that up.
Yeah,
like,
it's like
every single time.
like a one cable in one freaking place.
Or are we doing it on purpose at this point?
Yeah. Speaking
true.
about sound, you can also listen to us as a podcast.
Yes.
On iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, and SoundCloud. Yes.
Bam.
And maybe soon Google Play Music.
Ooh, awesome. All right. Well then, with our new sponsor out of the way, I do believe that it is time to jump into tonight's episode. So, the pack. Shall we play a game? And we're back. So, the hunt for the pack continues. You have now already been stalking through the woods for multiple days, looking for those goblin scum that have been raiding the town of Las Sepals for such a long time. During these times, you guys have leveled up to level 2, and with that have uncovered some new magical potency. We have seen Allison go berserk.
I still have no idea what you're talking about.
No, nobody has no idea what we're talking about. We have Allison who went full berserk. We have Hannah who actually got a little bit of a grip for her magical powers and, well, it tried to turn into an animal and almost succeeded.
Almost.
But, like, well, keep practicing. We had Iroh who can now levitate things with his mind powers. And we have Grakal who got even larger and more muscular in the process as well. And with that, the pack is now ready for their next big hunt.
Some inner rage.
Inner rage! Very well.
Krokal got angry. He learns how to be angry.
Yeah. I found out emotion.
Ooh, I'm wondering what that is like.
The magic of friendship.
Ew.
But there was also a kind of weirdness to your goblin hunting, as you also encountered a drow mage who was enlisted by the Redcap himself, who was apparently been notified as the leader of this scavenging group of goblins. And Shellen, his name was, before you let him go, because you are good people, actually told you where you could find them.
We should have killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's gonna bite us
definitely.
in the ass.
Not at all. So, with this newfound information on how your trek through the forests might continue, the pack, what would you like to do?
Right.
So, if I remember correctly, everyone, also specifically you, but everyone is still pretty wounded.
What?
Oh,
I don't know what
I've
you're
lost
talking about.
no hit points. I'm just
No, we were just
I,
watching.
I didn't lose any hit points during the whole
I
fight.
think I've only lost 5.
That's amazing.
My sheet is still clean.
No,
no.
you actually got a bonus because you ate a magic fish.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I even got a bonus.
Oh, that's true.
Well, I am already pretty far up healed, but I think we still need roughly 60 minutes or so.
6.
Yeah, I'm not sure at this point if I had 5 hit points left or if I only have 5 damage.
Ooh, that's a
I
good question.
don't think I've got damaged a lot last fight. Because I basically charged into that goblin and then went for the mage. And he only cast one spell.
I do remember
I'm
that the
pretty
whole
sure-
encounter went very, very
Yeah.
smoothly for all of you.
I'm pretty sure it's only 5
Except for me, I took a ton of damage.
Yeah.
No, you've only done fucked up after.
You deserved it.
Yeah.
I don't remember. It's-
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna need 20 minutes to heal myself up,
Oh,
to lay
I'll
on
try and
hands,
help.
and no need for help. I'm just gonna rest and recharge my.
So you're gonna take 20 minutes to lay your hands on yourself.
But I insist.
That'll probably recharge.
Well,
So,
I
yeah.
think you already bandaged me up last time. You already bandaged me up, so you can't first aid me again.
No, the bandaging was tried and true with everyone. The poison, which will never be named again, is now leaving your system in a healthy doses, so you are now fine. So the rest of you, you want to take another hour to just bandage yourselves up and get ready for the next part of your journey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because we had a very specific route to Redcap's lair, a burrow,
yeah.
Some
and
gladiator pit.
well, yeah, we would pass by one.
Yeah, Shalom basically told you guys that there would be 2 landmarks that you could keep an eye out for. The first one would be what he described as an old storehouse, which was now completely reduced to a pile of rubble, but as such, it was still a pile of rubble where the vegetation of the forest didn't really get hold. So that was the first place that you could
Then we
could
took a
encounter.
right.
Yeah, then you took a right, and from there on, you would eventually get to another landmark, which would be a Stonehenge-like circle of stones, which Shalon warned you guys still had some magic in it, as you also have encountered in the forest. These ruins still hold some magic nowadays, and the magic in that arena would be that it might be somewhat of an enchantment that made you fight each other. So he warned you guys that.
Persuade us.
No, the circle of political arguments.
That's
Hold,
strong will, though, so my...
Okay, so yeah, we have a very specific route. It doesn't sound like long to me, so I
No.
say we take our time. It's still what, early evening or
No.
afternoon?
It's only at this moment in time. It would be like somewhere early in the afternoon, I believe,
Okay.
because you guys did take a long time to rest up.
Yeah.
Eventually, so you guys went on your way to this encampment of the goblin raiding parties, I believe around noon.
Okay.
You found it in like an hour or two. The combat just ensued, so now it would be like 3, 4 in the afternoon, something like that.
Sweet. Okay. So yeah, let's take an hour. Then I can heal.
I only have
I
7 hit
cannot
points.
heal you up entirely, but
But that's fine. I
just-
can live with my pain.
yeah. Okay.
All right.
So
I deserve
that
it.
is I
do.
I hate you.
so
I
the
do
hour
too.
passes.
We're gonna pass an hour.
Yeah.
Love you too.
Okay.
Uh,
In that case, I can try and heal you again.
Yeah?
In an
Alright.
hour, I can.
All right. So try another medicine check, Allison. In the
And-
meantime, you recover how much?
I give you back. Where's lay on hands again?
6.
Oh, that will work.
I think 6.
24.
No. Nice. There we go. Yeah, so 6 times 4. So that's gonna be 24 hit points.
Oh, then I'm
24.
full.
Oh.
Oh, sweet.
Well, there we go.
Well,
I
you
only have
regain
24
another
hit points.
5.
So
Yes!
for
Do I have 30 now?
and, you
24 plus 5 is
I
not
just,
30.
no,
can,
but
like putting a
I,
band-aid
I
on
only
like
had I had 7 already.
but putting a band-aid on like clear skin doesn't make you healthier or something. I'm sorry.
It doesn't?
No, I don't. You could try though.
You've been doing it wrong all your life.
Yeah.
Allison still checked you up.
My mom told me otherwise.
These one are for the wounds. These one are for the mental wounds.
Okay, so
You guys are ready for the next part of your journey. You do
Yes.
realize now that you are deep in goblin territory and you have already encountered a couple of traps on your way here. So, What is the marching? Well, not really the marching order, but what are the tasks that all of you will be taking for this next part of your journey?
Suggest we try and be really careful again, and both sneak and perceive or defend.
Fair.
Iroh will look for Trap as the pack's official trap keeper.
Trapper keeper.
Trapper
Very well.
keeper.
All
Okay.
right.
And stealth, then, I suppose everyone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
if,
but
if,
still.
if I understand
Right.
Max's suggestion. Okay.
Thinking about what Shannon said, if you guys are going to go about this very stealthily, next to also being on the lookout for all this sort of stuff, you will be traveling at quarter pace. So you'll probably not make it before nightfall to the actual burrow itself.
That's alright.
Good time.
Because
think
we
that,
don't want to fight at night anyway.
Yeah, but like I think
We
the
can-
point
we
is
can-
that it's nice if we don't have to spend a night
Outside.
sleeping in goblin territory
try
with
and sleep.
Redcap out there.
We could try and sleep at the warehouse.
We can do it less stealthily.
Like, I don't want to fight today anyway. She basically used up our spells. And she's, yeah.
Not
Like,
sure what I think of sleeping in goblin territory with Redcap on.
Just have to have a careful watch. Like, the warehouse is, as far as I'm aware, if we can just look at it, I don't know if there are any goblins there, but if we encounter any there, we'll have to fight them anyway, and after that, we will have to rest.
Every
Did a
goblin
Redcap-
that we kill won't be a problem later.
That's
Didn't
fair.
Redcap kind of stay in one place?
Okay, he's in his burrow.
For now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, without spell slot, Hannah's pretty useless. I mean, with as well, but.
I still have.
Oh, you have a. Oh, and you have a morning star.
What? What is she?
A morning star.
Oh, that's true. I can hit people in the face.
Like
Alright.
a giant centipede, you mean?
If you can hit.
I feel like the decision.
All right. So
Watch me.
I think we might be. It might be wise to stop at the old warehouse.
Okay.
to be clear, like the old warehouse wasn't a warehouse anymore.
It's
Shannon
ruins.
told that it was completely brought to ruins. So it was just like a pile of rubble.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are on your way. I believe that you will be taking the lead on finding yourself a way through the forest. So you will be making another survival
I'm
check.
the official wayfinder.
I believe Iroh was on the lookout for traps, so I would
I
like
am.
you to make a perception check to keep your eye on that.
Yeah, I'm also looking around, and we're all stealthing.
Okay.
Like we're going in quarter pace.
Are you looking around for traps, or are you looking around for some useful plants to find?
No, I'm looking not in enemy territory
Okay.
now. I'm looking around for not particularly traps, but just things that are, mostly goblins. I just feel.
Okay, fair enough. Perception check for you. And recall, are you going to again be at the ready with your arms at the ready? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Very
Shield
well.
and spear.
Very well. The survival check at first.
19.
19. Very good. And the perception checks.
9. Those might
9.
have been some big words from Iroh. Here's
All
this
right.
roll.
And Allison has
Isn't
a
it always?
27.
27.
Nice.
Nice.
I
Which is
think
a-
we have a new trapper keeper.
Which is a good thing indeed. Because as soon as you guys are actually starting to travel, you, Hannah, are taking the lead again, finding yourself a way through the underbrush of the forest, making sure that you guys are traveling as fast as you can, while also stealthing, which we'll come to later. But as soon as you guys are actually leaving the camp, Allison already puts a hand on your shoulder and points to another crossbow which had been rigged in the tree just up ahead.
How about we avoid that?
Sounds like a good plan, to be honest.
After a few steps, you also go in stealthily to make sure that you are silent and not being noticed by any goblins or whatever kind it might be.
Before we actually move out, I walk up to Drakal. I'm not sure what those orbs were, but I think you saved Hannah, so I'd like to thank you for that.
Me. I did very little. It was... I made food from the giant centipede, but you did saving.
But what were those orbs then? They didn't come from you?
Did not come from me.
You sure?
Yes. Gods give many gifts, but they mostly shiny and to kill.
Maybe the forest is having faith in Hannah then.
Yes. Maybe
That's
more
first.
silly soft skin magic.
Magic is here around us anyway. Well, let's hope it's staying in our favor then. Anyway, thank you.
Yes.
Also for last night.
Ah. Yes. I walk off proudly.
And with that, you walk off proudly for a second, and then, oh god, I need to get close.
Yeah, and then I start then.
So, stealth checks for everyone, please. For Melo as well.
Great.
I feel that our hunter is on the prowl. Recall.
24.
24, nice. Allison?
26.
26.
Natural 18 again.
Nice.
22.
22.
Wow.
You guys.
16 and 15.
16 and 15.
We're doing great.
Oh yeah. Which one was for you? Which one was for Melo?
Melo was 16.
Okay, cool. All right. As you guys are making your way through the forest, here and there you do hear some sounds in the distance of what might be an animal or might be some goblin kind, but you guys are just pushing on through the forest until eventually around 2 hours through your travels, it seems that Hannah is guiding you guys through to the next landmark, as you are now just coming through one of the bushes and are now before a giant clearing of, I think, 20 meters by 40 or even 50 or 60 meters wide, where here and there you do see some grass overgrown places, a small tree somewhere in the middle, another one like halfway through to the back, but just a gigantic pile of rubble. And which one of you are trained in nature or arcana?
Both.
Both? No? All right, Alison, I would
Nature.
like... Nature? Okay. Then I would like the both of you to make an arcana or nature check, your choice.
Same result. That's a shame. Let's put this one away.
Well, it's still 13 though.
13? Okay.
17. Let's
17.
11.
All right. You, Hannah, are just looking around in here and doesn't really seem to trigger anything or make any impact on whatsoever, whatever. But Alison, as you are striding here, you can actually feel a slight buzzing in the air. Like this entire area is teeming with some sort of magic.
Do I sense any hostility in it?
It's
No idea.
It's like you can see the air shake on a hot summer's day, where it's vibrating in the air. Like there's energy in here. But
Are we
it's-
already inside of it, or?
No, it seems to be like the entire area before you. Like the place where this, whatever this place might be, shall I call it a warehouse? It is vibrating.
Guys?
Yeah.
There's magic hanging around here anywhere, everywhere. Can we look for some runes? To at least see if we can decipher any of them.
Yeah, let's try.
I will go to sleep. Set up tent.
Could you guys wait going inside before we figured out what this magic does?
Ira takes one step back.
I'll
I
help
don't
you find
trust
some runes.
Shalom yet. Like, maybe he would have led us into a trap.
Fair.
So we're gonna cruise around and look if we can see any runes.
So you don't want to get actually on the premise. You just want to like scout
Go
around
around,
it.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Make a perception check for me, please.
Is everyone doing this, or?
No, he's going
I'm
to
not-
the tent.
I'm
Yep.
helping, but mainly because I just want to find cool stuff. I didn't find cool stuff.
So what are the perception checks at this point?
20.
20?
12.
12?
6.
6. All right. As you guys are circumventing this entire area, it just seems like a pile of rubble to you. Like there was something here long ago, but there are patches where it's completely covered in dirt because some wind might have swept it over there and grass is now covering it. The only reason that you can actually see clearly that there was something here is that the rest of the forest is lush and green, and this just doesn't have any such growth over it whatsoever. As you guys are walking around it though, you were the one with a 20, I believe, Alison?
No,
Oh, sorry. Oh, you were the one with a 20. You guys don't really see anything, but you eventually can point it out to other people that in the rubble there are some loose pieces of stone just hanging in the air, just still.
Like like not attached to anything.
Not attached to anything, like a glitch in a matrix.
Allison, I think this is what we're looking for.
She needs to point it out for you because like it's like 10 meters in and it's just like so high above the ground. It's like a small little pebble.
Can I find another pebble around me somewhere?
Sure. Like you take a few steps back, look through, rummage through the forest a little bit, find something eventually. Go ahead and make a unarmed attack roll for me.
That's 14.
Somewhere there, but not hit it. You didn't hit the pebble.
No, it wasn't
No.
specifically aiming for the
There's
pebble, just in
nothing
the area.
exploding at this point in time. No.
So maybe it's just the area and isn't going to trigger
Stagnation.
anything.
So Gurkal in the meantime is just setting up his tent, and after they've left, he's just stubbornly gonna move into the field and set up his tent at the edge of the clearing.
All right.
We had Hannah last session. Are you gonna be the next?
Yes.
With
No, also I don't think this is anything malignant.
also with like a little bit of searching
I was
around, you
trying
can
to make
see
friends.
that whatever this place was, it had like a walkway up to it, and there you can find a nice little clearing where you can set up camp this time.
Perfect.
So you just like take your stuff, begin setting up camp without any issue.
And I start after I'm finished. I don't know how long it's taking, like 20, 40, 20.
Yeah, it's
So
also
it's
like
gonna take a
taking a
while.
look, and they are also like pointing out the
Exactly.
pebbles.
So I'm already like gathering firewood to make a campfire and stuff. I'm gonna get this camp up and running for when they
Hell
get
yeah.
back. Right in the middle of the.
Go ahead and
pretty
make a
village.
survival check for me, please. See how well it went.
Do we see him?
Oh
enter
gosh,
this
she's calling my
area?
bluff.
He wasn't entering the area.
It's an 8 on my
an
survival
eight.
You
check.
did
Very
enter the area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
said-
you entered the area.
good. Yeah.
Oh, you entered the clearing.
Yeah.
Well, you can see that,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
So you're just enter. Okay, sorry. I thought you said like you wanted to do it on the edge, like
No.
like
Yeah,
outside of it.
on the other edge.
Oh, yeah. So,
edge.
but like
Over.
at the clearing. Okay.
in the clearing.
Like there's one nice little tree, like one of the two trees that this like landmass actually dots, and you can see like, oh, that's a nice little bit of shade. Let's use that. It also has like a nice dirt patch below it. That's why the tree is actually growing over there. And you are just setting up those tents as they're like throwing a pebble, and then they, wait, is that Grakal? And you just poof, put stuff up there, and now you can also see that there are like one little pebble flowing in the air. You tick against it, boom.
Mm.
Huh. And I continue setting up my tent.
Here we're setting up.
Okay, so we see Gorkal being there.
Mhm.
Then I just walk up.
Ira walks up too. Just
well.
thinks, oh well, it's probably safe.
I'll walk inside too, but I'm gonna scout out this inner area real carefully.
All right.
I'm gonna look around for maybe stuff left as well.
Okay.
I
Loot,
wanna touch
safety.
the pebble.
Yeah.
You want to touch the bell? Hannah walks up to the bell.
Just stays where it is.
Yeah,
Like it
if you
bounces
if you
back.
push it back, like it bounces back a little bit,
I
and eventually just like shakes back into place.
want to grab it.
Okay.
And just pull.
Make an athletics check for me, please.
16.
Like a piece of metal away from a magnet, eventually just comes loose. Now it's just a pebble.
If I try to put it back.
Oh, you've ruined a
You broke
2,000-year-old spell.
No, there were multiple, right?
You can see a few. You can see a few.
See,
You
so
broke
I
it.
We can also
I
see.
didn't break it all.
Make a perception check for me, please. Well, you know, are like up close
I
with
love it.
the pieces of stone.
Natural one.
Natural
so
one?
That's,
Okay.
That makes a 10.
It's a piece of stone. It's hard to
Cool.
say. Alison, you wanted to also take a look around?
Yeah, I want to thoroughly search
All right.
around.
Ira as well.
Yeah, but I'm gonna loot
All right.
if it's possible.
Both of you make a perception check then for me, please. Also, let's see what this area has in store for the guys of your liking.
18.
18,
A 7.
7. Okay. Ira, for you, it's pretty easy. You are just like rummaging
16,
through
my
the
bad.
stones a little bit. You are pushing that away because the last time you saw a pile of rubble, like at least somewhat of this size, it had like some magical items in it. So yeah, let's go for it. So you are rummaging around all the dirt and all the stones, and eventually you do come across like something that's a little bit shiny, and it's like a small piece of some sort of a blue glass or some sort of crystalline structure. It's broken, like it's a piece of broken crystal or glass, but it looks shiny. It like might be something.
I'll take it.
Nice little piece.
Yep.
As you continue through, you eventually come across another piece. Nice. You want to keep searching for this kind of stuff?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool. In the meantime, Allison, your perception check was a
It's gonna be useless.
16. As you are walking around, you can also see, well, the things that are actually searching for your interest are the pieces that were hanging in the air, I believe.
Yeah, also.
Okay. If you walk up to those, you can actually determine that some of the edges of the stonework, eventually you find like a somewhat larger piece, which is like perfectly aligned with the floor, which gives you the idea that these are actual pieces of stone from somewhat of like the walls or whatever structure it was. Like it is in perfect straight,
Synchronization.
like with the area. So it's not like a random piece of stone hanging in the air. It's something that was supposed to be there, it seems.
Do I get the feeling things are stagnated here? Like, do they seem old, the pieces?
Elaborate on the word stagnated for me.
If they are in the same position, they maybe should have been a couple of 1,000 years ago.
Yes, it seems to be that they are in places where they were supposed to be when this place was, well, created.
Did they age any?
Did they age any?
Yeah, did they age at all, the pieces?
The pieces of stone, well, as you can see that it is completely reduced to a pile of rubble, they did indeed age, and the stone pieces still hold wear and tear from rain and like whatever other elements might have been the cause of the destruction that you found here. So just as the other ruins that you saw, all those ruins were completely ruined, except for like the one arch that you saw, which was pretty beautiful still. But this entire place is also just
There's nothing
Correct.
like vegetation, right?
there is some vegetation,
there is
but just like not enough to actually get like the whole forest going again. Because still, as Iro was like rummaging through like a little bit of the rubble, it just has like such a layer of dirt and stonework, and then you just come back to like the pavilion that we also saw like at the other place of the ruin. So it's not enough of a very nice dirt underground for the forest to actually claim hold of this place. Although you have to admit that the amount of vegetation that is here is a little bit less than you would expect.
Allison's really careful. He's just gonna try and look outside of the clearing, see if he sees any movement at all. Like, just to be sure that time goes on an equal pace here and here and outside of that.
Ah, okay. Make another perception check for me then.
Jesus, 13.
13. Eventually you find like a place where you can see a small bird in a tree and it flies away, and it seems to be acting on a normal pacing compared to yours. I will allow you to make another Arcana check for me as well.
I had 2 good rolls. 15.
15? Okay.
Depends on the DC now.
Yeah. All right. So, Iro, you are gathering pieces of glass at this moment in time. Make another perception check for me, please.
That's 14.
14? Okay. You're getting another piece, rummaging through it. It seems to be like pieces of glass. You can eventually find something that was a little bit curved, like it was some sort of a bobble or a container of some sort, and you get the idea that these pieces might have been used for, well, containing something, and you just continue with it. Maybe it's like a expensive material, it's shiny and it's nice, and it's beginning to vibrate in your hands, and you don't realize that. And eventually, once you have gathered enough of it, I will have you make a reflex saving throw for me, please.
No.
Oops.
That's an 18.
It's an 18. Okay. So in that case, eventually, Grokal, you are just setting up camp without any issue. Hannah, you're just like loitering around a little bit, playing with pebbles. Allison, you are making sure that everything is safe as you have turned your back to Iro, where a ball of flame bursts from his hand. You can dodge out of the way a little bit, so you only take 5 points of fire damage. And there is now a flaming sphere just in the middle of the courtyard, just like staying there. It wasn't an explosion, it was just like you conjured up a huge ball of flame. And
For fuck's sake,
Allison's
Iro.
gonna draw his rapier.
I just stare at it for a second.
just hanging in place there.
Well,
What do you do?
It's like this big.
Yeah, Gurkal comes running to
it's not.
snare and
It was
shield.
Kurkal's call, I swear.
Are you lying?
What do you do?
No,
What
of
caused
course I'm
this?
not. Well, I was just thinking real hard of campfires and just appeared.
You
I
can now
have no
see.
clue.
You can now see that all the different pieces of glass that Iro had collected are now just shaking and vibrating on the ground and are slowly subsiding.
Is the fire subsiding any?
The fire is just still there at this point in time.
I made a campfire.
Is there a lot of heat coming off it?
Oh yeah, yeah. This is a ball of flame.
Oh, nice.
Grakal seems very comfortable with this.
Can I inspect the glasses he picked up? They're vibrating on the ground right now, right?
Yeah. Right now they are vibrating on the ground and they are slowly subsiding.
Yeah, but
Oh, yeah, I
I don't
found some
think
of
you
those.
wanna.
Can
Have you
I-
ever gone near a campfire?
Yeah, I don't want to go too close. Can I, at
Yeah.
a distance, see if there's anything
That's going to be a
happening?
little bit difficult. Like you try to get close to it, but right now
It's too hot.
it's a little too hot
I'm
right
going
now.
to try and shoot at it, I think.
Okay. Go
Guys,
ahead.
okay, I'm going to ask you before I do this because I don't want to die again. What would
Nope.
happen, do you think, if I would shoot at it?
Why?
At the ball
Just
of fire,
to see what happens.
I think your bolt would melt.
Yeah, but if it's magic, maybe something else
When
happens.
I was
Try.
setting up my tent, everything went good.
Guys,
Now you come with your.
I didn't.
Stop.
I didn't do anything this time. I was just
You-
collecting pebbles.
guys,
Yes.
can we back off a little bit? And
I'ma
we can-
shoot at it.
And the ball of flame
It's gone.
disappears.
What happened to the glass?
The glass is now just still on the ground,
Now,
Vibrating anymore.
not vibrating anymore.
stop disturbing all we find
Iro,
and set up your tents.
what did you do?
Nothing. I was just man my own business.
I'm going to set up my
And all of a sudden, fire. You could say I'm might be firebender.
Iro,
Yes.
go set up your tent.
He said he was a firebender, so
I
can
am thinking of setting up
see
my
if he's
tent.
lying or not? I'm intrigued.
Sure.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
Allison is not aware of who made those orbs, so he's also kind of
I'm
intrigued.
not sure if you
Make
need
another
to.
perception check.
I'm
What is your
just
deception DC,
intrigued.
Iro?
What?
What is your deception DC?
Oh, that's just 10 plus my perception, right? Oh
Deception.
no, deception.
Yeah.
Oh, that is in fact a 6.
A 6.
Oh, 16. I'm sorry.
You are a good liar.
Yeah,
I am.
yeah.
I'm trained.
Why are
11
you-
for me, so
Wait, what?
perception.
Well, everybody is exploding in magic nowadays, so Iro must be a firebender at this point.
13.
We have a firebender with us. He's now also like going to shave like an arrow in his head, I
Yeah.
believe.
Can I
It's airbenders.
I
Wrong
look curiously
reference.
at Iro,
He was the fucking
And-
avatar, man.
and I was like, he doesn't cast magic, right? And I just walk up to him. Since when do you know magic?
Magic? Never heard of her. And I walk off.
Allison's confused.
In game, I like Iro less and less. But Charlie is warming up.
I'm glad.
Can I inspect the pieces of glass?
Sure. Go ahead and make another Arcana check for me, please.
9.
They're pretty and blue.
They were indeed pretty and blue. Yeah.
They're still pretty and blue, by the way.
Oh, nice. I might collect them
They,
later.
they don't really,
Guys.
they don't really look any different right now.
Guys,
Yes?
is everyone just setting up tent?
Yeah,
Am I the only one who gives a fuck?
It might be.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
pretty
just
much.
totally convinced that he did it himself, so I'm going to set up campfire.
Yeah.
But I lied my way out of it. I decepted you.
I'm kind of proud, but Hannah's not. But she is because she doesn't know that you lied.
Okay. Well, yeah. Allison is not sure about this place. He has no tent to set up, so he's just gonna walk around a lot more
It
and
does
just.
though. You have a.
I don't own a tent.
Oh no! Wait. We had 3 tents in total.
Yeah.
that
I
was-
don't know
I
that's
made
that.
that
Okay, cool.
mistake as well last time.
When you blew it up, but it got repaired. It got repaired again.
You can collect those blue pieces of glass in your tent.
So Allison's just gonna explore this area a bit.
No,
Okay.
you did it. I can't do it. It's not my magic.
With explore the area, you mean like the terrain, like surrounding the place where you are right now?
No, the terrain itself.
Just kill
And
yourself every time.
the area we're in right now,
Like
where the magic happens.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So go ahead and make another perception check for me then. Last one to see if you can find anything nice.
Natural 2 again.
It's weird, man. You have these
Grab
like
another dice, man.
grab another helium dice. So you can only really find everything that you have already found. Like you are aware that there is still some buzzing with magic in the air. Some pieces of stonework that were here when the place was constructed still hold magic enough to keep them in their place where they should be. Although there are just a couple of pebbles, nothing more than that. And indeed, if you are rummaging through the dirt, you can find here and there, like the only real piece of material that is really of interest to you is like the blue glass that was used in whatever construction might have been here in times way past.
So as Alice, I started my tent first, so I guess I'm finished first.
Okay.
As Allison's scurrying about the field we're on, eventually Grakal kind of intercepts him, walks up to him. Allison, you are fidgety. It is a word.
Fidgety?
Yes.
Sorry, my common tongue is not common. I don't even know this word.
They called one of the other slaves fidgety. It meant
As in moving a lot?
scared and nervous. Yes. Trust in judgment of gods. Kuranao will protect us, or he will not. Go sleep. Calm. Not everything danger.
I'll sit down.
Yes.
Let me check the parameters first, though.
Grakal tried. Walk off.
All right, very well.
I'm gonna try one more thing outside of the area.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for tracks.
You're gonna look for tracks. Okay. So go ahead and make a last perception check for me, as Allison is now doing the rounds.
22.
22. Okay. As you're looking around here, you do find some goblin tracks, although they seem to be a little bit old, like at least a day. So, and before that, it's also well, you know, it's at least a day old because they're very old. But you also know that they must not be older than that because you had a lot of rainfall before then, and we missed out on that. So all the tracks that are here should be still from the goblins that went here yesterday.
Are any of them entering the area?
They seem to all be circumventing the area. Like you can find one set of tracks just like 10 meters away from like this whole area. You get the feeling that well, if Shallan used this as a landmark for travels towards the Redcap's burrow, then all other goblins might have used it in the same way as well.
Okay. I head back to the camp. Do you guys want me to
Alright.
prepare some food?
Sure.
Still have. And I show the roast centipede.
Oh, centipede.
Yes.
Without the poison sac, by the way.
Without the poison. So yeah, I have food for everyone.
Awesome.
All right.
Cooked it back at the goblin camp.
So, is there anything you guys would like to do tonight before you actually go to bed and have your long rest and continue your journey tomorrow?
Yes.
Very well.
I would like to talk to Alison about what happened this morning.
Fair.
Do you do that?
Because
Do you do this
we
around
didn't-
the campfire? Oh yeah, we didn't talk about
Yeah.
that. No.
both that and Iroh has no clue of confrontation or the feeling of confrontating others.
Yeah.
So I'm just blatantly gonna put it out there.
Okay.
What was that stuff tomorrow this morning?
We're sitting around the campfire right now.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna just straight up.
Yeah,
What was
I love this. Okay.
I'm even gonna do it with this tone. What was that stuff this morning?
Hey, buddy.
Alison
Even Grakal feels this. He's like swallows.
Allison was starting to cheer up a little bit again. And then his
down.
face goes into a frown again. I'm not completely sure. I just know it's bad. And I just know it happens once a week when I try to sleep.
Once a week. So today, what day is it today?
Today is a Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday, bad day.
Do we
Sunday
have,
bad day.
do we have normal days?
There will soon be a calendar.
Oh.
There will
Sweet.
soon be a calendar.
So you have no clue whatsoever what this is.
I just know that due to my elfish blood and my elfish cognition, the way my body works, dreams are not particularly nice to me.
May I make a religion check to diagnose what kind of mental illness ails him?
You can't just diagnose a mental illness.
Yes, I'm a priest.
Oh.
That's what religion. What should I exercise?
I'll allow you to make a religion or a nature check.
I'm gonna go for religion. Yeah.
Very well.
Allison's exorcism.
Wait, what is that? Ah, too bad. That is a 9.
A 9. Well, I can tell you one thing, which was like some basic information that Krukal just knows without any rule, because where you hail from, you do know of some wild elves that lived in the jungle, and you have heard stories from your tribe that those creatures do not sleep like normal dragonborn do, and that they indeed have like some sort of meditative trance, and that it's all they need. So that's
So
something that
it's-
Krukal knows.
Does Iroh know this too? Or at least just that
It
elves-
is, yeah. It's
Yeah.
pretty basic knowledge for like anybody in a civilized area to know that well, elves do not have to sleep.
Okay.
Most of the time, they just don't, and they just meditate on past experiences.
But this doesn't happen to all the elves, right? Like, did it?
Well, let's just put it this way: if every elf would go berserk once
Yeah,
a week,
exactly.
it would have been known. Yeah.
In that case, I'm gonna ask the blatantly honest question. Why do you need to sleep? Are you like Hannah?
Sorry?
Well, Hannah needs to sleep as well. And she's
Hannah-
elvish too.
Hannah is
I
one of the few
never-
elves that
I never learned how to trance because I grew up with humans.
Ah.
So I kind of trance in my own way, just like pretend to be sleeping.
Ah.
would you like me to
Like
teach
when I
you?
tried to play games, but I had to
That
sleep
would be
when I was
nice,
young.
actually.
Why do you have to sleep?
Something I do not know, because, well, as you can see, I don't appear to be fully elfish,
Ah.
but my parents are both elves, so it's a bit of a weird thing.
Out of character. What kind of milkman came around your town? What happens from your perspective when you sleep?
Who's?
For-
Mine?
yeah. Because we know what happens from our perspective.
I don't completely know. All I know is that I see chaos and I see things that frighten me, things that drive me insane, things that take me out of control of myself.
I too often have nightmares about the headmaster of our monastery.
Wait. Your mother elf. Father elf. You not elf?
Well, half elf.
Ah, yes. Elves, like my tribe. Parents, share children. I, son of chieftain, but raised by shaman. Like that, yes?
As far as I can believe my parents, no.
Then simple. Parents lie. Sorry, Allison.
You don't get raised by your own parents?
No. Sometimes.
The thing is, where I got raised and where my parents lived when they got me, the only civilized people that were around were elves. I lived in an all elfish city.
Hmm.
So the chances of my mother sleeping with another man were very slim. Sleeping with a human were very slim.
Did she
humans,
travel?
With all respect, there are tourists.
not in my hometown.
Well, no matter. All soft skins same to me anyway. Elf or
Hey.
half elf. Yes.
Not half. He didn't say halfling.
I'm multiple colors. I can be a little special, no?
Yes. And it makes me scared.
Why?
You only change colors.
And I turn blue.
Nothing else. Only after dead. You change colors all the time.
Huh? What's wrong with that? Do you think I'm strange?
First you wanted to be special and now you, you don't want to be strange.
I know. The reason why your body is like this, do you want to know? I can tell you at least a few things about it.
Maybe.
Do you want to know?
Yeah.
As I said before, you're known to at least my people as an Eladrin.
Do you know others?
Do I know other Eladrin?
You have seen other Eladrin. However, to actually say that you know one would be a little bit of a stretch. Like your company, your parents have worked with them before.
I've met a couple, seen a couple.
Iro interjects. Nice change of subject. One last thing. Next time you sleep, inform us. Might be nice to know.
I was hoping I'm not having to wake you guys up. I was hoping that Hannah would be able to keep me sane on her own. I was mistaken. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm ashamed of what I am.
Well, aren't we all? That's okay. As long as you inform us next time.
Yes.
Well,
So that we will not accidentally kill.
Precisely.
Grakal goes sleep. Grakal goes to sleep.
but Hannah,
Yeah.
to continue our conversation, most Eladrin, as far as I'm aware, live in a thing called the Feywild. A parallel universe, well, parallel worlds to ours. So, if you'd like to know about your origin, you might want to look into that.
I will. Thank you.
Whoa. The knispers of the campfire continue for a while longer, until the pack all chooses to
No,
go to sleep.
I want to try something before I go to sleep.
Ooh.
I want to try to turn into an animal.
All right. Grakal just went to sleep. Let's see what horrifying visages he might see as he opens his tent flap once again. No.
Are you
So-
going to announce this? Because then Allison's going to want to try and help you. Like,
No,
guide you
I
through the
just
process.
I want to try on my
Okay.
own.
Are you guys putting up a watch once again? this
Definitely,
evening?
yeah.
So, let's just say I want 3 people every night. There we go. Let's forget the math and just go for 3 people.
Yes.
Iro can sleep in. Woohoo! Okay. So do you want to do it like during your watch, or because you want to do it on your
before
own?
my watch.
Okay, so at this
Okay.
point in time, then the
I
other
just
people
don't
will
want
still be
anyone
awake.
to help me. I want to do it on my own, but I
Okay.
don't mind if they watch me.
Okay, so you are sitting around the campfire.
Yeah.
This is all been out of character. So you're sitting around the campfire.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Without saying anything, I just stand up. Just walk. Just
Have to pee?
no. Just wait.
Oh,
No,
number
no,
two.
no,
number
no.
2, I get it.
No,
No, I
just
get
wait.
it. Just go.
Just
It's
wait,
okay.
And I take 2 steps back,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Two.
I'll just like you can see a very concentrated face, like I'm
Not
pooping.
here.
Oh yeah, just like I'm pooping.
Oh my god, Maxime, why do you ruin everything?
I'll just like concentrate on being a cat again.
Okay. So you are using your wild morph or wild shape? Sorry.
Wild shape. Yeah.
Right.
Whoa.
Best form.
Because wild shape. All right. All right.
I love you guys.
This is gonna be fun.
We love you too.
We know.
Yes.
The answer to everything. At least according to Thomas.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
Yeah, Allison's a weird motherfucker.
Yes.
We all are.
So you're wild shaping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
we're
yes,
just-
oh,
we're
sorry,
just
Brew,
waiting
because this is
for,
a,
our
my bad.
important
to,
one.
I
Right.
was.
Okay. Sorry for the mishap. Okay, so go ahead and once more try to make a spellcasting ability modifier check for me. So that would be a wisdom check for you, I believe.
Mhm.
All right, go ahead and do that.
That's an 8.
It's an 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm going
As
to be a pro
Hannah,
at this.
as Hannah is walking out, you're concentrating on your magical essence, starting to coalesce, and everybody around the campfire, as you see Hannah focus and be a little bit uneasy about it, you can also see small beads of blue light all around Hannah. The small pieces of glass that have been covered beneath the sands are now resonating to the spell that Hannah is casting. And as they start vibrating, Hannah disappears. And a small cat appears in like a blue flash.
I did it.
I wrote things. Well, that went better than my try.
I want to add
But
that
I'm-
it's a blue cat. It's not
It's,
a normal.
oh, sorry, it's a blue cat.
But
Because I
I'm,
was blue when I turned it.
I'm sincerely
Dabbidi dabbidi.
impressed. Not in a way that I didn't thought it would work, but just
Allison
Good
walks
job.
up, inspects her. Everything's. She's completely a cat.
Meow.
She has completely turned into a cat. You guys all were started for just a moment as like the blue shards of glass, you were like, oh god,
Yep.
and it just flashed up.
I was already
has
taking
disappeared.
some distance.
Do I see any of the glass around her still?
You can take a look and you can find little pieces of glass. If you, like for example, you saw that one piece of glass was shining from there, you just go over it and with a little bit of searching you can find it pretty easily.
Mo.
Damn.
Keep on amazing me, Anna.
Oh, good job, Hannah.
Meow.
Melo walks up to you, sniffs you a little bit, gives you a lick.
I lick him back.
No.
Nice.
Please don't.
This just became a bit weird, to be honest.
Love it.
So, Hannah,
Dudes.
Hannah now turned into a cat, and you guys are still at the campfire, having the last piece of your meal, I believe.
Did I turn back already?
Nope, you're still a cat.
Now you get to experience how cats are comfortable in every situation and position.
That's some good shit.
I'm
Yeah.
going to lay on my back and then spread the man.
Spread it all out.
And then you're gonna like curl up somewhere where everyone's like, how can that possibly be comfortable? She's sitting on the tip of a rock. Like, on the tip of a rock and she's comfortable.
Like with her back legs one way, but her head that way.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
And then licking her elbow.
You can do that now.
I want to try and lick. No, that's not. that's gross.
Play Pathfinder. Yes, I can lick my elbow.
So, Hannah is now very, very much pleased with her current cat form.
Yeah.
She has now been turned into an animal for the first time.
Going to run around
Guys,
at 10 speed.
while she's doing this, and Allison's thinking a bit. This place at least seems to resonate with magic. Do we want to explore this, or do we want to leave it be?
I'm sleeping in my tent.
Oh, fair.
Well, if you want
Oh, we
to,
went to bed already.
Yeah, I went
Call check.
well, if you want to explore, I'm probably gonna head off to bed as well.
Well,
I mean-
I do not know any magic.
It's probably not gonna get any better than this.
You're the wizard here, right? Or
I'm the,
or at least you never.
I
told
can,
us.
I can make fire.
Can you show us?
No, I'm pretty tired, man. I'm probably just gonna head off to bed. Maybe tomorrow. And I was
as I-
already thinking of where the piece of glass were connected again. Like, okay, I have to go there.
You got this. You got this.
Well, if everyone's gonna sleep.
Why
Hannah,
is Iroh lying? What?
I don't know.
I'm not lying,
really.
I'm just
funny. Just funny.
telling my truth. And don't mind the word "my" in that sentence.
Hannah, do you want to sleep too? I'll keep first watch. Is that a yes? Sorry, I don't speak cat.
Can Melo translate this
Well,
for us?
oh yeah, Melo walks up to him. Meow.
Oh, thanks, Melo. Oh,
Can Melo
they're
and
old
Hannah
well.
now
Oh,
talk?
now
Oh
it
yeah,
makes
can
sense.
can I talk to Melo?
You're both cats. Of course you can.
Hello?
Hey, boss. So, I feel this is a little bit weird, and you are now smaller than I am. But are you okay? Do you need me to
I want
look?
to pet you, but I can't because I have claws now.
Okay, so I feel that I might need
Do
to
you
learn.
love me?
First
I
things.
feel like this is the conversation that I would have with my cat if I could talk to him.
your
Do
cat
you
like-
actually love me?
Your cat not giving a fuck. Well, first things first, and he retracts his claws. There you go. So, sure. Like we're being quite okay together, aren't we? Yeah, I love you
Do
too.
you understand me when I talk human to you?
I can figure most of that stuff out.
Really?
I do.
Awesome.
Yeah, okay, this is getting a little bit overwhelming.
Melo climbs
Melo
the
is
tree.
amazing.
Allison is looking amazed at this. Like,
Like the small,
It's you meaning.
the small Hannah kitty cat walks up and Melo just like, no. Like, pushes it away a little bit.
She's just like cuddling his paw, like.
I made it like, oh. Stupid tiny kitty.
So, is this gonna happen a lot
Yes.
from now? Okay.
At
We're
least
still-
once a day, we're going to talk for like 10 minutes straight, and then I'll turn back because that's.
All right. You're still gonna feed me, aren't you? Like this isn't
I
because
hope
you're
so.
small. This isn't now my responsibility.
Wait, you aren't going to feed me now?
Well,
Nah, that's a joke, man. That's.
Good. Look, I'm a cat. I need to like sleep 18 hours a day, and we just
This
killed
cat is
the
pretty
green
smart.
things.
But,
So I'm gonna go back to sleep if you.
but we can talk now. Don't you want to discuss everything?
No, not really.
What's
no.
your favorite color?
Does he
Like-
see colors?
I don't know.
Does Hannah see
can't see
colors
colours.
right now?
I have no idea.
You can't see color.
Do you see colors?
I think they do have
Can you
less
see
colors.
my
Yeah.
skin?
Yeah, like you change a lot. Yeah.
This cat is really smart.
Melo's
For a
just
cat.
like, oh my god, I want to go to sleep.
Can
Look.
he be a lawyer?
Probably. You just told me that we were going to do this. You are going to be like me for every day now.
Yes.
Okay, so that means that we have a lot of other times to talk too, right?
But this is my first time. And
I think I'm done.
oh, don't you like me?
I just
Um.
told you I loved you.
But
Some experts believe cats' color vision is limited to blue and grays, while others believe it's similar to dogs.
So we have a choice of just grays or blue and grays.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Fair
pretty
enough.
much.
Okay.
I'm blue now, so.
Well, that figures out what his favorite color is. Blue.
I'm blue now, so that's cool.
You look very pretty, boss. Yeah.
But I only turn blue when I'm sad. So you only like me when I'm sad.
Well, as I cannot see red or green or yellow,
Fair.
I have no idea what the difference is. One of those might be more blue to me than others,
Or more gray.
or more gray.
What happens if I jump on your back?
I will be annoyed. Just come to sleep.
Okay.
And he curls up and he allows you to just like snuggle up against
Yes,
him.
please.
And at that point,
Oh my
the
God,
cat
yes.
transforms back.
Big
and
spoon
Yeah,
or
like
big
Hannah
spoon or
is-
little
no,
spoon?
Hannah's a cat.
Big spoon or little
Wait,
spoon?
how long have I been a cat?
Well, you're just sleeping at this point.
Oh no.
I love this. I feel Hannah, are you going to die again?
Eventually, Allison, as you take first watch, you remember conversations with Hannah that this was supposed to be temporary.
Yeah.
Like, well, you don't really remember like 10 minutes because, well,
No,
Hannah, but eventually like 1 hour passes and it's like, huh, it's pretty cool. Another hour passes, another hour. I would like you to make a perception check, please, for your watch.
I like this.
16?
16. You don't really see anything out of the ordinary outside of the camp. Just like the typical sounds of little critters and birds that are still awake at this time of the night, but nothing that alarms you to any goblin presences or whatsoever. But eventually your whole shift comes to an end, and Hannah is sleeping soundly as a cat.
I'll walk up
She
to her.
just can't stop laughing.
I walk up to her and sit in front of them.
Melo opens one eye and one
giggle.
ear, points towards you.
Sorry, Melo.
Sleepy little kitty wakes up.
So bitch.
Claws.
Why are you still a cat? Why are you still a cat?
You don't understand Allison, I believe.
I don't.
You're a cat.
Can she? Oh.
I believe you're right. You're a cat right now, right? Aren't you?
Yeah, but she's
Doesn't-
Or do
She
you,
doesn't
do you keep
say.
your do you keep your
I think I do.
do you
I
keep
think
your
so.
mental stats?
I do.
Can someone?
Yeah, I think you keep your mental stats.
If you keep your mental stats, then you can still understand Allison.
You basically get.
But I can't
you
really
get a-
answer
you get a few
because-
Your vocal
bonuses.
cords are on.
Yeah.
you probably try to answer for yourself, but it comes out as meow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what's happening, but I kind of like.
That's about all you hear.
Do I see this as panic?
No, not really. Yeah, kind of, but I kind of like it, so it's.
It might just
Um,
be that she's really, really hungry and she wants you
Hannah.
to feed her.
Iro wakes up a bit and
Follow
just
me.
screams out, "Can somebody
Yes?
please shut up Melo?" She doesn't know that Hannah's still a cat.
Can you follow me? I'm gonna follow her. Well, I'm gonna lead her outside of this magical area.
All right. So Allison walks away. You stay where you are.
I kind of walk with him until he walks out.
Okay. Allison out of the area.
Are you coming? I don't think you being a cat for a long time is good for you. I don't think this is healthy.
It's like when you try to get a cat to come inside, you know, he's just sitting outside the door. And
It's
you're
a
like,
losing battle, man.
To eat!
this is for your own good.
There's
I love
actual
you.
food in your bowl right now.
Hannah, you're not supposed to be a cat this long. I don't want you to die.
And I walk out.
You walk out.
Anticlimactic. I love it.
Okay.
Wait,
Nothing
I'm still.
happens.
She is a cat.
Can you try to return to a human?
No. And I try to focus on.
Make a wisdom check, please.
16.
16. And Hannah turns back into her humanoid form.
Allison
like
looks relieved.
that. Man.
What color is she?
Well, what color are you?
Well, I'm disappointed and kind of sad that I'm not a cat anymore, so blue.
Did her caddish color change as well? Or did it remain the same color?
She was the blue the entire time, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah.
Right?
Thank God. Not that I hate your cat form, it's really cool. It's
I
really
liked
cool,
it. It was
but
really
it's
comfortable.
not normal to.
But I could crawl up to Melo, and I can talk to Melo.
Okay.
It's really awesome.
You can tell to Melo?
Yes.
That's so cool.
He said he loved me.
Holy shit. That's so cool.
And now
Melo's probably there like,
Yeah.
And now I
Wow.
just turned green.
So
Yeah.
Back to green.
so what did he say?
He said he loved me. And apparently he wants to sleep like 18 hours a day, but
Yeah, that's
he's
what
not
cats
getting
do,
that.
right?
Like at all, because we're traveling all the time. So,
So
I kind
kind
of
of
think
per-
that he's
what kind of
annoyed with me.
person would you claim him to be? Like, is he as grumpy as a
Yes.
cat? Oh, okay.
But I liked it. I'm kind of confused.
So can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
How do you meet Melo?
Well, he ran after me when I ran away.
That's where you met him.
No, I knew him before because I've taken care of him. Like before, for a bit. He was with a woman, like near our town. And sometimes I visit her and her cats. She had more.
So you grew up here, around here.
Yeah, kind of.
Do you want to meet this woman again?
And I don't know what she looks like. She was always wearing a cap. So I actually wouldn't recognize her.
Does her color change during this conversation?
Yeah, no. Nah, she's happy enough to stay green.
Yeah, I don't want to pruse into your own business. Of
But
course.
I have to take watch now, so
Yeah.
you go sleep.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. Okay, I'll go trans. You're gonna take a watch for 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll be back after them, and then I can show you how to trans, if you'd like them.
That would be nice.
All right. And Hannah takes over the next shift. Melo just
I
like
grab Melo, like taking,
across the
It's like,
floor.
oh
and
God,
I'm just going to hold him.
he's like those cats that crazy cat ladies have. Like, oh god, here she comes again.
Have you seen those photos from cats when people have put on outfits on them that they really don't want to wear? That
Yeah,
they
that's
sit like, God damn it, man! Like that is the look in Melo's eyes. As you are dragging him across the rubble.
Let me
doing
love
like-
you.
Do you know what you should do? Feed him catnip, and then turn into an animal and speak to him.
A Tale of
Make
Dice
Wouter
does not.
roleplay.
A Tale of Dice does not condone the use of drugs.
Except for catnip.
So, as you are doing your watch, I would like Hannah to also make a perception check, please.
Wait, That's 26.
All right. As you are doing your watch at this point in time, you still have a +1 perception bonus from like
Oh,
the archway
27.
that you went through, which at this point becomes a little bit important because you also seem to have kept somewhat of the keen eyes of a cat when you turn back into your humanoid form. And as you are now very much akin to the darkness that surrounds you, you can actually see at one point in time a figure. A figure sitting in one of the trees, looking at you. And as your eyes are pointing towards that person's gaze, the person realizes that you are looking at him and begins to dart from one tree to the floor with a large and darts off into the forest.
Well, I'm never going to sleep ever again.
Shit.
You can see that the person was, you have seen a lot of the goblins, and the goblins are the small folk, or like the tall, lanky folk that you saw with the quote-unquote were-goblins that you fought. This person was different. It seemed to be somewhat of a quote-unquote normal humanoid form, like a person, and it was, he was concealing himself in some sort of cloak, which you saw billowing when he jumped down and he darted through the forest.
I go and wake up Allison.
Cool. Okay. Hannah walks up to your tent, the tent flap opens, and Allison is pushed awake, or at least out of his trance, by Hannah.
I just saw someone outside who was more like a humanoid, and he was wearing a cap. And he ran into the forest.
Is she still here?
No, he ran into the forest. He was in a tree. Like, I think watching us.
Well, that's good to know.
Do we do anything? Do we follow it? I don't want to follow it alone, but I kind of wanted to. And
Good thing you didn't.
I don't want to.
Okay, maybe from this point on we should have watches of 2 people instead of 1, just to be sure.
Yeah. Okay. Do I wake up Gorkal?
How long has it been?
This would be like somewhere in like half of your,
So 2 hours.
yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can miss 2 hours of sleep.
Okay, you go sleep. I will inform Gorkal that maybe he can wake you up a little bit earlier. Would you take the last watch with him, like the last part of it?
That will do.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll say that because you guys were setting up camp pretty early, like somewhere like 7-ish in the evening. Excuse me. Like the rest that you had at the campfire and the talk that you had was also a part of your long rest as well, a little bit. So lengthening it a little bit and getting like the last shift to be both Hannah and Grakal then. Allison will have to take a little bit more sleep, and everybody needs to get a little bit more acclimated to the next day, but you guys can like leave at like 9, 10 in the morning or something. Okay? All right.
Thanks for helping me figure this out.
All
Go
right.
sleep again.
So Hannah, as Allison goes back into his trance, you walk up to Grakal to wake him up.
Gorkal,
Grakal wakes up.
can you come outside already? I don't want to take the watch alone. I just saw someone and I'm kind of afraid that it's coming back.
Yes. So, Grakal armors up, grabs his shield, his spear, and, like, pulls out his wolf claw necklace with the ever-burning candle. And, yeah. I start making the rounds. So while you sit at the fire, I think Grakal's actually gonna, like, take a bit of a radius of 10 meters or something, and just gonna...
All right.
Roll around.
So just through the forest then.
Well, just inside the.
Okay,
field.
yeah. So that
Yeah.
Hannah can still have a clear field of
Yeah,
of
so
view
that she
towards you.
sees, like, she can see the point of light, and she has dark vision.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
well,
she can,
No
Yeah.
light vision.
or low light. So, like, at least she can see the candle burning
Clearly.
wherever
Yeah.
I'm walking.
All right. So
If it
go ahead and make.
disappears, then I'm in trouble.
I can send Melo with you. That if you're in trouble, you can send Melo back.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
the
Melo
entire
can see
the
in
entire
dark.
clearing is only like 20 by like 50 meters, so you guys can just see each other the entire time at this point.
Perfect.
But you can send Melo with him if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have
for
dark
sure.
vision.
Ah,
on the
okay, yeah.
light. I can see her sitting
Yeah.
by the fire, but
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Then I would like you to also make a perception check as you are doing your rounds. And I will also count for like the perception check for the rest of the
natural
shit.
2, 5.
5. Nothing out of the ordinary. Like the light of the torch that you are carrying seems to be also scaring away all the different wildlife that might still be in the underbrush if you walk towards it, but no movement whatsoever. Here and there you might hear an owl in the distance, but even those creatures have been threatened by the large dragonborn physique that is walking across the camp, making sure that everything is safe.
Cool.
So the rest of the evening goes along quickly and peacefully as the first rays of sunlight come back through the trees. And that's where we'll take our break for today.
Sweet.
Nice.
In the morning, we'll be back with the pack.
We are gonna have a break.